everybody. Welcome to Metagame. This is a very semi-weekly gameplay stream of Jump Rangers where Tennyson E, Stead, uh, I run Jump Rangers games for some of the other people involved in Jump Rangers development. Right now, today, we have Federico Estevao, who is playing Sneakers. Federico is our art director and currently the one and only concept designer working on Jump Rangers. We hope to change that very
Hello.
soon.
Hello, folks.
We also have Ippy Looney, the love of my life, my wife, and also one of the voice actors who is going to be bringing some of our Jump Rangers characters to life as we make the exciting transition to animation. There's been some good developments on that front over the course of the last week. We're making progress with Jump Rangers content outside of the tabletop role-playing game, but I'll talk more about that on the stream on Tuesday. So, this has been a game.
You like introduce us, but then don't let us say hi.
Well,
like,
you can
what?
say hi. Do you want to say hi?
Hi. Okay, I'm done.
Is there anything you guys want to say about yourselves? Anything you want to tell the world about
Hello.
Federico Estevao?
I'm okay. That's okay. Let's go. Let's jump, people.
Ippy Looney, is there something you want to say?
No, to say hi, and I kept going. You kept talking.
All right.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for joining me on Metagame. So, so when last we met our intrepid Jump Rangers, they had.
You didn't. You said he was.
Your
Sneakers.
character's Clyde, Ippy Looney.
Thank you. Introduce me proper.
I got it. Somehow I feel like I got interrupted. I lost my train of thought there for a moment. Got a little confused. So when last we met our intrepid Jump Rangers, they were making their way. They had just witnessed the creation of a rockman being, of a small rock person, and having wit on the planet Rok. They originally came to this planet because they snuck aboard an alien spaceship, and this is where it came. Apparently, they're the Saurian horde.
Okay.
What's that?
R-O-K?
Yes,
R-O-K?
that's
Rok?
right. R-O-K. That's right. Exactly right. They live on a planet.
I got spelling bee.
This is their.
I'm ornery today. You're gonna have to deal. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I'm like, people.
That's all right. I totally understand. I'm gonna take this opportunity. Speaking of having been sick, Ippy Looney and I and our friend Lucinda have all been trapped in this apartment with various antigens. I'm gonna have another fisherman's friend because they're keeping me alive right now.
Ew.
So, the planet Rok is the home world not just of the Rockman beings, but also of a number of rare forms of radioactive crystal, known to the galaxy as octonium, but there are varieties of octonium available here that no one's ever seen before. The Saurian horde is planning to strip mine it. And these Jump Rangers have discovered this basically by being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, having stowed aboard this alien spaceship and wound up on this planet, they've started exploring, and they witnessed the birth of this alien creature, which has since led them to its home, even though it's in the first few moments of its life. It seemed to know where to go. They followed it, and they've come into a large mountain populated by even more of these giant, turns out they're giant rock beings made of minerals. And when
glowy eyes.
And when last we left our adventurers, they were spying on this mountain, which is full of beautiful copper minerals. It's a big blue mountain. And one of these rock beings, a being made entirely of quartz, had more or less walked up behind them unseen. And Sneakers took it upon himself to negotiate first contact with this being, explaining his intentions. And it seems as though the being has accepted.
Any of this.
Well, you were a little bit sick, and you were also trying to get out the door because you had an exciting UW game to go to.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
that. So your mind was on other things, but this is in fact what happened.
Shocker.
Do you have any questions
Well,
about what I'm explaining at the moment? Is there anything that sounds fishy or wrong?
as I recall, we like kind of a giant avatar golem of the spirit of the planet talking to us. An entity was made of rock right in front of us,
Yep.
as we were debating about what was we should go do about the areas that were prospecting the region of
That's right.
the planet.
That's right. And as it turns out, it heard your conversation, and you have made a positive impression upon this rock being. In your mind, you are aware that you can address this being as quartz.
Quartz.
Yep.
Quartz.
Yes.
And with no further words to offer, Quartz starts making its way down from the little hilltop where you found yourself and trundling off across the expanse, the dry, cracked, sort of dry lake bed ground of Planet Rok towards this mountain of blue minerals. And as you
Wow.
behold the mountain, possibly because of Quartz's influence, you're not exactly sure, you are aware that the Rockman people refer to this mountain as Mount Azure.
Talking to them, they show us. We go to a walk, and he's explaining to us what's going on, and is that because we don't we just knew him. No,
Mm-hmm.
he started. So we went to the place. We were watching them. They're gathering for
Yep.
a distance. Now, as I can recall.
Yep.
No, we were at a plateau.
As the little childling made its way towards the mountain to join them, you sort of watched them interact with it. You watched what they were doing, and then this quartz being kind of rose up out of the ground behind you, seemingly
like that.
It was more like that.
He's gonna attack us.
There wasn't a lot of tongue.
No.
There wasn't a lot of tongue.
No, I know. He talked to us.
Well, had you
I
wished,
talked to him.
you were so wrapped up in your own conversation that you didn't notice, but there it was. And as it makes its way back towards the mountain, it turns. You can see its two pinpoint, brightly glowing eyes, white light in its eyes, turn back towards you. And you hear a voice in your mind saying, "Come."
Yes, we are following them. Let's go, Clyde. Are we going there?
Oh, thank you for the follow,
Let's
Misha.
go.
Much
Yeah, because
appreciated.
she's the shadow biologist. No.
Yes.
What?
He said shinobiologist, but what that would be in an American pronunciation is xenobiologist.
Xeno. Yes, yeah. We pronounce X different.
Oh yeah, I would love to hear that again if you don't mind, Federico. Just because I've never heard that pronunciation.
Shino.
It's an SH sound.
Because X is pronounced like.
That's beautiful.
It was pretty. I was like, I'll be that. Sure.
Okay.
It's better. Federico did it better. This happens a lot in my relationship with Federico, by the way, people, just so you're aware. I'll have an idea.
I like a good
And
accent.
Federico will say, no.
Oh, no.
He'll say, this is
I like a
better.
good accent.
And he'll be right. It's better.
No, got shy.
So, all of the Rockman beings around you, as you make your way towards the Azure Mountain, sort of nod or bow politely. They all seem to have some sense of your own physical
Like a
customs.
Does
So
have any? This ambient has any kind of architectures? Any kind of maybe some not huts or something like this. Some that denounces that they are intelligent life beyond their walking beings and talking to us
well,
telepathically. They have
as you
some
approach
kind
the
of.
one of the things that you had seen during your last session, and you're getting closer to it now, is that much like the ruined caves that you had seen
Mhm,
a few days ago, this mountain actually has a fairly ornate staircase leading up
mhm,
to a portal, a doorway
mhm,
without any doors,
mhm,
and that that staircase does seem to have so most of this mountain is made of azurite. It's very, very deep cerulean blue in color. But
mhm,
there are other minerals woven through the mountain almost as if they were deliberately stirred in to create textures and to create visual patterns.
rainbowy, like
mhm,
unicorn poop.
It's a little bit like what people do with with resin. It's
Yeah,
just that
unicorn poop.
it's just that it's stone. It's actually just minerals. So there's no manufacturing here. It appears as though they just worked the stone specifically. So one of the things that
Like Play-Doh? So
it is
confused.
confusing. It is confusing. It defies physics as you understand it.
Can I use my little Spider-Man glasses to tell me what's going on?
You certainly may. So um, go ahead and so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch over to the tabletop view here so we can see Ipiluni's character sheet. Ipiluni is blind for anyone who's not aware, so we're going to be taking time to explain things so that Ipiluni knows what's happening with their character and also so that you can see what's happening with your character. So this is Clyde's character sheet. These are our strengths, these are our virtues and training. So the amount of dice that we have to work with depends on our strengths. Right now, Clyde is making a mind roll, and you're Clyde. So these are Ipiluni's dice. We're going to make a mind roll. Low is good, high is bad. That's the thing to remember about Jump Rangers. Now, when Clyde
Let's
is
go.
asking about the little thing, I assume you're talking about your um, multi goggles.
Yes.
Yes. What the multi goggles are basically cross spectrum goggles that allow you to see in a number of different spectrums, as well as to magnify images or see great distances. They're an all around optical tool. So, what the multi goggles do is they add one automatic victory to relevant rolls. Okay, so you're going to get one automatic
Huh?
victory on this roll. You have 4 mind
Okay.
dice. What you
Okay.
have in your virtues and training, and I want you to tell me if any of these sound like they apply to you. Of course, basic training, because basic training applies to everything. So the target number that you're trying to roll at or under, depends on how many of your virtues and training apply to the role in question. That's how this works.
Right.
So, you have basic training, which means we have one, a target of one. You have spycraft, stealth, Saurian horde, quick, and sassy.
FFC?
What's that?
F3?
What I'm saying is these are all things that you have on your character sheet. Do any of them apply in your quick? So ordinarily,
Basic training.
Basic training.
The second one.
Spycraft.
You think
Spycraft.
spycraft?
Well,
Yeah.
that's how I use my glasses, right?
I think this is
Yeah,
more
as
of a.
to
Are you trying to see? Oh, you're trying to gauge their technology level. I see what you're saying. Okay. All right. I'll allow spycraft, and I'll allow quick because this is very off the cuff. And stealth.
Letting the rock people know what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. So that's a
I
target.
I don't think they won't notice, but that's okay.
All right.
No, I see no problems in doing this.
All
I
right.
wouldn't see it
So
because we are at a Dadian camp and
Yep.
at all.
We have a target of 4. Ones are allowed to be re-rolled. However many we get 4 and under, that's how many victories we have. We have 1 automatic victory on the roll already. The amount of information we get out of this, oh wow, nice roll. So we have a 2, a 3, a 3, and a 7. So that's 4 victories. Which
No,
is
9.
the prompt.
That's 4. I needed 4, right?
It's a postdoc
Mhm.
document.
You got 4 victories.
Okay.
So
That's what I needed.
So you can see no evidence of these rocks having been moved or affected by chemical processes. There's no evidence whatsoever that this was done.
Learning that the planet's like alive.
It does seem more and more like the planet has some kind of internal ecosystem to it. That's for sure. And it also seems as you scan around as though the azurite of Azure Mountain itself was probably not originally what was here. It was probably drawn up from the planet. So the mountain itself was probably
like mine.
I tell to Clyde, radiation.
You think it looks more like
Radiation.
it kind of grew in this direction. Like maybe it
like a plant?
like a crystal.
Any electromagnetical field of gravity, something like this, some strong, because how they do this with electromagnetical, it's like magneto
if
rolling the
you had to make a guess, you would say that the Rockman people are earthbenders.
earth. What?
What's this mountain was put here by earthbending. by geomanipulation and geokinesis.
Yeah.
Geokinesis.
Yeah, no, they are like Magneto people. They move around like Magneto would do with rocks and all. For all that do, they are energy. They are pure energy. In fact, they're just manifestation. No,
Did the big guapi guy come with us?
He's leading you. He's leading you up the stairs.
yeah,
we're following.
We are following him to the stairs of
Does
this
my glasses?
blue
Wait.
mountains.
Does my glasses? Is he made of the same thing as the mountain?
No. But you are detecting very, very interesting complex radiation signatures from inside his body.
Inside of it?
Yep. Very similar to the octonium that you've been seeing around the planet, but actually much more complex. Almost as though he had a vascular system for the kind of energy that you've been seeing in the different colors of octonium around Planet Rok.
Wow, that's super interesting. Well, I have to do ask some questions for Dan.
Okay, ask some questions.
No, For how long has the Saurians been here on this planet?
Oh, good question.
They first arrived.
Uh,
They first arrived less than 20 days ago. 18 days ago.
And we've been here
uh,
3.
Yep.
and and did you fought them because we saw remains of a battle at a ruin some kilometers south from here?
We did not fight them. There was an observatory um, closer to their landing site. This is not the first time that Saurians have found Planet Rok. Usually, when they do, we deter them with radiation storms, or we
But now
mass.
they want the radiation. But now they need the radiation.
This time, they have refused to be deterred. Yes, so they have made
They have
landfall.
come for that then. You basically said they were basically like I know you're hungry, here's some food. And then they went away because they were getting pummeled with food, and then they went, "Oh my god, you guys have food. We got to go back and get the food."
Yeah.
That's a bad
Well,
analogy.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking about what can we do. Uh, we we are a race that don't
It's
have
just
actually
we
a
can't do
planet.
anything.
We
We just
lost
made
our planet. I kind of tell the human race story as far as I my character knows.
I see. I see.
Oh, you share the story of our
Or
existence?
the last 2 centuries of
The
space
actual
Well,
travel without a planet.
well, it is very challenging to
Not
build a.
all the not all the human race. What he I don't know if he studied her story. I think he studied no, no,
But you're
a
talking
ranger.
about the history of the humans and the Saurian horde, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, of course.
I understand. And hearing you, Quartz, and you can hear kind of his thoughts echoing in your mind, or its thoughts echoing in your mind. And the gist of Quartz's response is that it's bold of you to have survived in the stars without a home. And certainly very
Uh,
bold for someone so young to take responsibility for the survival
uh,
of your people.
of our
uh,
people.
of our people.
Hmm.
Yes, well,
It's just
uh,
I'm not exactly sure why the kids are the ones who are doing it.
they are kind of child soldiers, right?
I was just gonna
Child soldiers.
call my brothers and
my,
sisters.
my because I want more. I want to venture to space to discover new worlds. I can't stand on that underground with the others.
Yeah, well, grown-ups are
it's
too
a good reason.
grown-ups are too slow.
not
Grown-ups are
not
too
not not all, not all of our youngs. We are not average youngs.
Hmm,
We are not average specimens or our species.
I see.
That's what I think about it. That's what I say to my character says. It's not. It's in all the blood, something like this.
Well, says and says Quartz, you're Jump Rangers. So of
Well,
course you won't
no,
be average.
yeah, no, that's we just can't let the things goes the way we and face extinction. We have always been walking around. I think I don't remember when we had another reality, something like this.
Well,
and and we are doing friends. I don't know. We have friends, other aliens friends. We did a friend, a teleporting friend that teleported out. Where is
hmm
it?
Yep. Ah, says Quartz. You've been contacted by the nomads.
Yes, the mouse. Annoying.
Yes,
They
yeah.
can be.
Now she's off on a date.
Was
It has a super OP power, that mouse.
was
Super.
was they do they
Today.
do
I'm just
possess. It be
And how
Lou.
do they live here in this planet? They live. Are they from this planet? Yeah, this because they know the character.
They
Are
are
they?
not native to Planet Rock. There is another observatory on the other side of the planet where the chief astronomer has given the nomads sanctuary. The
why do
nomads are
they like
exiles
Captain
on their
Kirk?
own world.
I'm just wondering why they
Oh,
talk like
like
Captain Kirk.
ours, like our race.
What was that, Ipiluni?
And
I'm wondering why this dude talks like Captain Kirk.
Because I'm choosing my words carefully,
I can't.
and because I don't want to use too many of them. This Captain Kirk analogy is something that you keep bringing up with my NPCs. I
Uh-huh.
think you just need to be a little more patient.
Uh,
You know who you're talking to,
let,
right?
let,
So,
let's go to the action.
what's
Where is the
well, says Quartz. If you were
uh
earnest in your
I
request,
explained there that we are stranded here.
well, that's an interesting challenge.
We're stranded here.
Perhaps the nomads can help you leave. I will say that I will gratefully accept your help in driving the Saurian horde from Planet Rock. We cannot have them mining our world. You were
Uh-huh.
correct.
Okay, but it's just this two.
Yes, 2 kids. Well, with the mouse we can do some damage on that shield. We can teleport. We can teleport.
Just
I'm
we don't
thinking
have any
about.
weapons. Do we have weapons? We don't have
I
any
have
weapons.
You have weapons.
just my firecrackers. Just my firecracker.
Crapper.
Crapper means something else in English, Federico.
Cracker.
Yeah.
Cracker. It's not?
Yes, cracker. Yes. You have firecrackers. You have a few missiles. To answer your question, Clyde.
We're not taking them down with that though.
Well, that depends on how
No,
clever you are.
yeah, it has to be another thing. Well, in a sense, we can't. I think we can't take down the ship because we are gonna get stranded here.
Well, says Quartz.
And
I see two possibilities. I see two possibilities. Either we can ask the nomads to help you leave, or we can chase the Saurians from the planet and make sure that you're on the ship when they leave.
yes, I think this is the best option, of course, which will mean taking off all their patrols. But well,
Now, we are
they
not
can't
defenseless.
escalate. They can't
No,
escalate. No.
go. I want to stay and help.
We certainly thank you very much for your help. We are a very insular people on Planet Rock. So, if the Saurians are leaving, I will ask you to take your leave of our world as well.
Make sure they don't come back.
Okay.
What we need to
Okay.
do then is come up with a plan to ensure that they don't come back. We are not defenseless.
I got an idea.
What's your idea?
You take your little power and you dim it so it's not there. And then they'll be like, "Why are we here?" And then they'll leave.
They will still read the radiation signatures that are unique to our planet. We can to an extent control radiation, and we can to an extent control geology. But we can't hide the inherent power of Planet Rok itself.
That's a good idea.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it. We have to. Do you have the pattern of the petrels? Can you see how they are spreading around the planet, sweeping about around the planet? We have to watch them because
We are not yet.
Okay, so how did you fight them off last time?
We battered their spacecraft with radiation storms, and they decided that the star system was too dangerous for them.
Okay, so why didn't you do that this time?
We did, as you said.
Can you travel to other planets?
Well, that's an interesting question. I suppose we could, but we can see them just fine from here.
Oh, then okay. Let's go back to the ship. Nice to meet you. Let's try to sneak back to the ship.
Wow! Darky much? I'm the sassy one. I'm the sassy one, not you, rock person.
Maybe on the next planet.
We're gonna go get on the ship. You scare them away. We'll go get on the ship. Just don't ruin the ship because we're gonna be on it. Okay,
now
bye.
that they know about the unique qualities of the Octonium on our homeworld, what's to stop them from coming back and making another attempt?
If you help us, if you help us drive out the from other planets with this kind of power you have, we can. Maybe you can help.
You've offered your assistance. You've offered your assistance to us. You said you would like to help us drive these aliens from our homeworld. We would like to accept your offer if we can.
Yeah, with conditions.
Condition. Well, we're two kids stranded on a planet.
Dude, I'm 8, 7, 8. I'm 8.
Clyde is 8.
I'm only 8.
I'm 13. No, 12.
You guys got to think ambitious here. You got to think like Jump Rangers a little bit.
Okay. I'm in the suit and we become an undersword. Like, that was my best idea.
No, it was fun. Yes, the kids. It's a kid idea.
It's your turn.
Well,
see, where they?
Now you're thinking, though. Now you're thinking. You're thinking. You know, what can you do?
With the drunken sailor?
what can you do pretending to be Undersource? That's a valid question. Is there some way that you can send the mothership back into space?
Can get back on and Sneakers, he's got like this little thingy thing,
Yeah.
and he can get on there and go and he can like erase the planet from their system.
Interesting.
Right, Sneakers, you could do that, right? Yeah, you could
Well,
do
we
it.
can
It's
do it,
cool.
but only in an embarrassing way, in a way that
How do you mean that?
they should be embarrassed of the
Oh,
situation
I
to a
see.
point that you would like to avoid because they won't forget about the planet.
Right.
and
Well,
No,
and
stupid
we
because
have to
they're gonna go back.
embarrass in a way the
Yeah, because
Rex
they're
are
gonna go
there
back. They're gonna go back to their
that
little horde, and they're gonna say, "Hey, there was this cool planet," and they're gonna say, "Show me where." And they're gonna go to the map, and you're gonna erase it, right? So then they're gonna go to the map, and they're gonna go, "It's right," and then there's no map, or there's no planet, and they're gonna go, "So it's right where?" And they're gonna be like, "Dude, did you
now,
make this all up because you want to
just
be
to remind
cool?"
you guys,
And they're gonna be like, "No, I don't want to be cool. There was really a planet. I don't know where it is."
there is one other
See?
way off the planet. You don't necessarily have to get back on the mothership. The
no.
I'm listening.
the Undersource scouts that originally scouted had a camp just off to the side of the mothership space camp. Do you remember this? And at that camp, they had their spaceship. Undersource scouts have small
Dick.
spacecraft with jump drives. They're called wyverns.
A
Mm.
what?
It's an
Yes,
Undersource
I
scout
remember.
ship.
Yes, I remember that.
Undersource scout ships do have jump drives. So there is one other way off the planet, but you would have to fight the Undersource scouts. You would have to somehow get that ship away.
Oh no, we'll get in the suit. We'll get back in the suit. We'll just walk on. We'll be like, "Dude, hey." I'm just gonna check
You're just
something
gonna
real
go do
quick.
some
Rawr.
repairs.
What do I have?
Do some repairs on the
Rawr.
scout ship.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
What do I have? Improvisation?
So you could theoretically blow up the mothership and still find a way off world. That is an option
Yeah.
that you have.
Yeah.
How
Well,
close is
maybe we
the
can
shuttle
cripple
though?
the ship to
Because
a
if we're
point.
using radiation to make a boom, it's gonna be a big boom. And we don't want to ruin the little ship with the big boom.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
Well, there's another bad idea that could work. So let erase so much the radiation of the octonium that they go get inside that poison all of them.
Just cook them
Um,
all.
yes, in a way.
Hmm.
Well, if we don't need them to go out without because we have a jump drive ship, we should try to well maybe we should try to steal more than one of those ships to the Rangers
Fly a
to
ship very well.
Well,
doesn't like that idea.
Ooh,
it's
we could have like a ghost, right? Like we could just have our own little ship that we like cruise around in.
you could. You could. You absolutely could.
I just think that we could convince that mouse to help us to do this. With this, this will sweep up. I'm thinking about the possibilities of a teleporter
Hmm.
and in and out tactics that we rangers sweat so much to do, but with a teleporter we could do so much damage on that ship.
That's true.
I think I would. I'm thinking about. I'm trying to think, and then that's I could make a roll for my knowledge on the Saurian horde
Uh-huh.
and about inside of spaceships. I would like to damage so catastrophically, but not enough to make the ship goes down. But they have to be obliged to come back to, and in a way so embarrassing
So you
that
want you want you want
they
the
would like to hide the fact that this happened and would like to forget about this planet.
Oh, you want to make it so that they're like, yeah, let's just
They
erase
messed
this
up
from the
with the ship,
books.
the Crystal ship, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
I get it. I get it.
It is something that we can do because we have spycraft and range knowledge. So something that, well, it's how can I say, we will damage the ship from inside in a way that could look like a Saurian error, not a human error, a Saurian error.
Now this is an interesting point. And Quartz is focused on it. Quartz says to you before you asked me if we've been tracking their presence across the planet. The truth is we don't know enough about their radiation signatures. We don't know enough about how their power works. But if we did,
This is hurting my ear.
we could track them very easily and I could teach you how. So essentially what Quartz is telling you is that he can teach you radiokinesis, but he would need information about the Saurian energy signatures to do that.
Which I can get with my glasses thingies.
Well,
right?
not just that, but if you recall, originally you were carrying a bunch
I don't
of.
recall nothing.
I see.
I don't recall anything. I have I have radiation sickness or something. I can't remember shit. I don't even
is
remember
this
how we
is
got
this
here.
is this
All I remember is that we did the kid thing and we got on. I got on his shoulders and we were an undersore. That's all I remember.
Okay. Well, sneakers.
So when you say as if you remember, I don't remember shit.
Sneakers will very likely recall that the reason you're here in the first place is because you were given intelligence information to bring to Planet Battleground
sure?
involving.
It's our mission, our
Yep,
previous mission.
yep. You
Now
have.
we are scouting this planet.
We got in. Oh, that's what we thought we were going to though, but we didn't end up there. Now we're just in rocks and talking about radiation and yeah.
Yeah.
But you do have a lot of information about Saurian weapon systems and power systems. You actually have a ton of information.
This is what we were carrying, or this guy is gonna tell us
It's in your
he
data deck.
can.
If you choose to share it with the rocket,
You're right. I should be careful.
if you choose to share it, you do have a ton of information to share.
Can we just share it? Can we share the?
Well,
Sorry. I was told I
yes,
need to watch my language on a
I'm
kid-friendly
super
show.
eager to help, but well, let's negotiate. Of course, they are much more powerful than humans. They are fine.
We could just give them our data
They
deck,
are
right?
fine.
Like just let
They
them
are so
scan the
fine.
data deck.
They are made of rocks. They are like every one of them is a magneto. They can raise rocks and well, everyone, even the child that was rolling out. What we are compared
You
to
just
them.
fit.
Let's take. They have much more condition to help us than we have to help them, but we will because we can.
If
But we can give them the information.
Yes, this is one.
We can give them all the
Let's show.
information on the
Let's
data
show.
deck.
Let's show.
all
We're
right,
committing treason.
so
But okay, we are. It's not a. It's not a country. Jump Rangers is not a country.
so So, if you would be willing to provide us with this information, I will help you find weapons to use in your journey.
Why don't they just make like staglamites that go up into the ship and just?
Oh well,
Because they'll
can we
send more.
just
They'll send more.
uh,
They've sent more in
these
the
things that
past.
you do? These things that they do, this would be super fun. We would like to maybe some of gold ambassador. Could you send an ambassador to our other other like to be connected with a more intergalactic society?
We've seen what it is to be connected to intergalactic society. We've seen we've seen just how
I think
many
these guys are
societies.
not. I think these guys are not from this planet.
What do you say?
They, I think these guys are not from this planet. I think they came here also.
The rocks?
Yeah, I think they are energy beings that are just messing up with us. With these rocky things. This is rock, and they don't need this rock.
What
If
did
they
we
can
sign up for?
teleport,
They can
if
teleport? They can't teleport.
yeah, they
Can they
can. You can.
teleport?
Well, they teleport through the rocks. They can. He projected the conscience from the a rock and raised it up behind us, and then went walking. Then they disappear. They have. They are much more powerful than we can imagine.
I go home.
With
So
a
how are we
rock,
gonna get there?
with
We
a
gotta
rock.
help them
Let's take a
because we've
kid
already said we're gonna help them. We're gonna help them.
to study.
We gave them the data deck. We use
Yes,
the data
yes.
deck.
How he does? He opens a USB on the finger or something like this.
He actually says, if you could read it to me, that would be very helpful.
This is data.
There's a ton of information on here. We can't read it all.
Yes,
He just
a
needs
year,
he just needs you to read
a
it.
year, a year
No.
doing this. Okay. Well, so roll the
No.
times. How many days?
No, no, no,
A
no.
month.
No, you
We don't
scan
have that much time.
you scan through the pages and he sees it through your eyes.
Yes, yes. We project on a rock, and
You're gonna get in my head.
No, 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 no.
you project on the rock like a scanner, rocky scanner. They
No, no, no.
rise
He's
He's
up
gonna
from the
get in our
ground.
head.
He's reading it through your mind, Sneakers.
So I'm reading it,
Yeah. And he's
and
reading it
he
through
is
your mind.
reading from. Well, he can
His
read my
mind?
mind. Out of
I
my mind,
forgot
man.
about that.
Out of my mind. With all the things that I fought right now. But
That's what's happening. That's how it works.
I would
And
roll a mind block here, a mind resist here. But
oh,
if
really?
he already read,
Well, no.
okay, let's.
He told you that's what he would do. He asked you to read it, and that will help him read it.
Yeah, but I really think it's more practical to project the information on a table, a rocky table,
He can't
something.
read it the way you can. He can't read
Uh,
he doesn't see the images.
okay. Let's go. No, so we pass to the to this process.
Okay.
Do you have to roll
No.
for
No,
We're
this?
gonna help. I mean, there's
What?
stuff like
No.
you'll sit down for a few hours and look
this
it
is
over.
like a PhD
No, no, no,
paper.
no, no,
It
because
is.
I'm reading and he's seeing what I'm reading. No, I'm not reading talking. I'm reading,
Yeah,
looking for the
scanning
plates.
through it.
So, yeah,
Don't worry, Epiluni. It's not. It's, although you can wander around and look
I'm
while he
not,
does
I'm not audio booking them
this.
with
Can I
with
study up on their little ship while he's doing that?
On the
Because
Undersource ship?
yeah, well, yeah, because like, isn't that my specialty is Saurian, right? So why don't I study up on their little ship, on how to pilot it and what it needs and all that stuff? So when we have to get off, we're ready and we don't have to fumble around.
Well, I have yes. Okay, you have on Saurian Horde
Yep.
of the
You would
race in general,
need
but I have
access to practice. You would need access to the spaceship, and you're pretty far from it right now.
on
I
navigation
have
on
no
the
information at
ships.
all on the ship.
Not really.
No, no, you have, but in a general
Well, what
way.
kind of
I have
expert
a perk for this. I have for ship
what kind
and
of expert am I
for
if
navigation.
I have no information?
All right.
How can I call myself a Saurian expert and I got like nothing?
You're a beginning character. You're a brand new character. This is gonna take you gotta take time to build these things
I've been in this 3 years now, right? Like since I was 5, so I'm at 8.
Okay, but you haven't been taking it too seriously up until now. You're a beginning
I'm
character.
still not taking it seriously. I'm only 8.
Right. There you go. But you can practice when you get to the spaceship if you want to, but it's going to take some time. You can add new skills, you can add new virtues. It just takes time.
We didn't do any level up until now.
You will get in audit when we finish the adventure. You will get one strength die to allocate in any way you like. And until then, talking about leveling up, okay? The way that we do this is by you telling me what you want to learn. If you want a virtue, what we do is
Spaceship, that's what I want.
I see. I understand.
I was gonna go become an expert on the ship so I can just go wherever I want.
Well, that's a fantastic idea, but I think that might take a little time. Here's how it works. If you want a new virtue, you have to tell me that you're trying to prove that you are the thing. And what that means is you're going to make 3 rolls at some point over the course of the adventure. You're going to pick a roll that says, oh, this roll requires this virtue you see what I'm saying? That I'm trying to prove that I have. And you call it.
Right.
You say, this is one of my 3 rolls. And if you make the roll, then you need 2 more. So over the course of, so let's say, for example, Federico was trying to prove that Sneakers is brave and that you can have brave on your character sheet. Let's just say. Okay, Federico? You understand? Let's say you're trying to add the virtue brave to your character. So you can use it whenever you want. All you have to do is prove that you're brave. So what that means is you're going to do 3 things over the course of adventure that require you to be brave. And if you succeed in all 3 of those rolls in a row, you can't miss any of them. But if
we should have done this on the other sessions too.
That's
so
okay.
we
It's good that we're talking about it. This is all part
we have to. Well, we have three sessions, 3 or 4, Piloni, 4
Take a deep breath.
on upgrades.
Take a deep breath. So what I'm saying is, if you well,
4.
Federico, you've read the book.
Convenient for the person running the game.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. All right. So that's how you get virtues. That's how you get virtues. You have to prove that you have a virtue with 3 successful rolls in a row that require that virtue. Okay? All in the same session. Now, if you want new training, you have to, and this is different, okay? You pick something that you want to learn. This takes a little more time. Training takes a little more time. Let's say you wanted to learn how to fly spaceships. Yes. You want to be a pilot, okay? To be training, you have to fail 8 rolls in a row. You have to fail 8 rolls in a row in order to get training. So you have to go do things that you know you can't do. right? So, in order to train yourself in piloting, you're going to need to sit down with the ship and fail. You're going to have to do things with the ship that you know you can't do so that you can learn from them. If you
Okay.
fail 8 rolls in a row with no successes, with no successful rolls,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
then you get that training. That's how you do it. So you can get new virtues and training anytime if you take the time for it. And if you don't take the time for it, then we move on. And it's okay. It's okay. This has all been a big part of what we're doing here is learning how to play the game in front of the audience. So, yes, we could have been doing this from the beginning, but we didn't cover character advancement. You will, at the end of each big story chunk, you will get a new die to add to your strengths. So that comes all on its own for finishing the story. Because you're growing up, you're getting older, you
Uh-huh.
get stronger as time
Well,
goes on.
no, let's go to the golem, the giant golem that which I read a Bible of information. No,
You have. Uh, okay.
well,
Here's what I think.
well.
Yeah. So at this point, Quartz tells you this is very helpful information. We're going to sit down and talk about how to use this information. But first, I would like to give you something in return.
Food.
Well, yeah, food, roast beef.
I don't have that kind of food for you, but I do have the wealth of
The
our
food
home
of
world
knowledge.
to offer.
Wow,
And so
we are rich.
in your in your mind, right? You you can feel like a spectrum of color, right? From
Uh
red to
huh.
orange to yellow to green to blue, um, to purple and ultraviolet. And you get the sense that you're supposed to pick one.
Um, ultraviolet.
All right.
And you, Pliny.
Okay. So
Uh,
reaching towards you, Clyde, or Sneakers rather, you can see a piece of glowing ultraviolet octonium enter uh, Quartz's body because he's transparent or translucent,
mhm.
anyways. And the glowing piece of stone works its way up through his leg into his arm, and you can see it kind of shedding flakes as he carves it, as he hands it to you. And the piece of crystal emerges from his fingers essentially as a very small, modest, but brightly glowing ultraviolet crystal pendant. It doesn't have he doesn't have string or anything, but it's a nice little pendant to put in your pocket or
Oh,
wear.
thank you.
So on your character sheet, you're going to write ultraviolet octonium pendant
Uh huh.
under gear,
Or
right? And what this item does is it gives you an extra die to roll on spirit rolls.
Oh, that's fine.
ooh,
Wow.
fancy.
Wow. No, I put it on my neck,
So you have an
please.
extra die to roll on spirit rolls as long as you have that with you.
Oh,
Uh huh.
Ipiluni, what color do you choose? You have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and ultraviolet.
nope.
There's no pink. It's just the the spectrum, the rainbow, as it were.
Like,
Orange. All right. A glowing piece of orange octonium works its way up through Quartz's foot, carving itself as it works its way through his body into his fingers, and he passes you an orange octonium pendant, which I'm going to write on your character sheet right now. Okay? So give me 1 sec while I put my glasses on and take care of this for you.
What did I get?
Hang on 1 sec.
Well, as I read this information, I would
So,
take something on it. Of course, I have the perk on ships, no, but I don't
so
know if has something plus, no, on this discovery. This is something that the character worked, so he would be able to have more info on
we're going to talk about
on.
that next session. I think Ipiluni's getting a little. We've both been sick, so we're going to call it a little early today. But Ipiluni, your orange octonium pendant allows you to re-roll any heart roll once.
Cool. Fine. I
You
like
like
it.
it?
Lucky, it's a lucky pendant.
It's a lucky. These are
Sounds a
both
lot
very
like the
lucky
soccer.
pendants. So you're both going to have just a little bit more equipment. Now, there are lots of different things that we could do with the information. It's probably good that we take a little bit of time to think. You know what I mean? And probably like maybe not be on so much cough medicine next time.
Yes. That'd be great.
Would be helpful.
It'd be so helpful.
So this is where we're going to call the session. But I think we can meet next week if you're available, Federico. I don't see any problem with doing that. If there's no problem, just let me know over the course of the week. It's fine. You don't have to. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
we talk later because I
Um,
have to. It's end of year.
yeah, exactly. Thank you for joining us, Federico. Thank you for joining us,
Bye,
Misha.
Piluni. Bye,
Um,
Ted.
and Mikhail, if you do want to play, let me know. We'll figure something out. There's plenty of opportunities on this planet to bring in new players. As you can see, we're already getting further into
Let's go.
this adventure than we've gotten in the past, and the idea is to keep carrying through with lots of adventures to come.
Let's try to do some action next section. Let's
Sounds
blow
good.
up that ship
Let's blow up.
and sneak and
I like the
sneak
role
the
playing.
and sneak that ship that cool ship
The
that they
Wyvern
have
sounds
there.
good. Sounds good. Sounds very good. Thank you.
My head's explode.
What's that?
My head's gonna explode.
Well, let's get you off stream before that happens, because that's going to interfere with YouTube's terms of service. Thank
Bye.
you so much for watching, everybody. Don't be a stranger, Ranger.